Hello everyone, welcome back to the Thunderdome. We are in the early modern era as the Spanish, and as you can see, we have expanded our empire quite a bit. Coast to coast, as it would be. Now, the Mongols do have a little bit of a peninsula down here, but we'll take care of them soon enough. Now, you may remember at the end of last episode, I declared war on the yellow player here, who is currently the Huns, and I ended the turn to start this episode, and let's see, one of the players declared war on me, the Ghanaians over here, and I don't even see the notification. But as you can see here, we are currently at war. The AI has proved surprisingly opportunistic this playthrough, and I now find myself at war with the Ghanaians, who is sending 3 armies over towards me. And as you can see with their pikemen, they're relatively up to date with their tech, actually, which will make this a little bit more difficult. Now, I'm not at war with the Mongols, but my plan is to wipe yellow off the map here very quickly, and then I can readjust my forces back over towards Kerma. Now, I've been thinking a bit about what I want to do, and before I forget anything, first on technology, we're going to put off furnace steel for a bit and go straight for gunpowder warfare so I can get conquistadores as soon as possible, and then obviously straight into patronage. It's going to take me a bit because I am kind of far behind on my science output, which is why we're going to continue to build some other things in these cities. But additionally, I was the first to the early modern, which means Machu Picchu is available. Meanwhile, I also have the Angkor Wat, and I have the Cathedral Gotica, which provides faith per population. So, I don't normally value Machu Picchu very much. In fact, I think Taj Mahal and Topkapi are both better in most situations. But in this very specific scenario that I have, I am going to claim Machu Picchu. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it in Mykenae right away. I think that looks nice right there. Doesn't really matter where you put Machu Picchu. I'm going to finish up the Farmer's Quarter first, though, and as you may remember from the last game, our religion is fighting back against the Blue Menace here. It's changed colors multiple times. I don't really know why. Probably because another player has become the faith leader. I think everyone had adopted another religion here. Yeah, the Harappan's polytheism. So I'm guessing Blue became the faith leader. And we want to try to push back against that so we can actually get some religious tenets. So let's get a couple of these queued up in our cities. 33 faith right there. I think that's, yeah, this is this territory over here. Yep, and then we can squeeze one right in there as well. I'm going to have a lot of faith output coming from Mykenae, because that's where I have Angkor Wat, so I just want as much as possible. I also want as much as possible in this city up here because it's relatively central. Right there is okay. Which means that it's going to be providing faith to all these adjacent areas as well. Pretty much anything that's on the front line, I want some faith output there. That looks good. So, we would really like to get tier 3 for issue gluttony, because remember, I have taken the Mycenaeans and the Aztec, which means I have doubled up on that unit industry cost discount, and I have +2 movement speed already, so I can really stack on some really nice bonuses from that. The rest of these aren't as valuable to me, and then obviously in tier 4 I'd want meditate often. So that's what we're going for. Okay, so Spanish. It doesn't look like... I do have Honor and Glory. So the Spanish, with their legacy trait, when I start my turn in enemy territory, I get +3 combat strength. So we're going to make use of that to take over this city here. And I did upgrade to crossbows, which means we're going to go ahead and put them on this high ground. I'll actually put one right there. They'll have direct line of fire. So I do have these Jaguar warriors as well. So, you know what? I haven't been able to use these guys yet. So let's go ahead and place these on the front. Now, I have realized the irony of taking taking the Spanish after playing the Aztecs. But hey, that's kind of the fun of the game, right? I'll have Jaguar warriors and conquistadores fighting side by side this game, it seems. Okay, this isn't that difficult of a battle. We'll just end the round. Not too much thinking to do here. Blast those citizens. Move the Jaguar warriors down here. Okay, and that should be everyone. That's Nessa. And that will take yellow out of the game, I believe. Then we have to worry about this group of bad guys up here. Okay, so they're going to go for a pillage. Okay, so war resolution. Give me your city, please. Thank you. I think I'd prefer... I could absorb Nessa, which means I'd retain this population, which might be good, though I will definitely have a food deficit if I do that. And I am definitely going to be low on stability. I'm going to leave Nessa for now. And let it build a couple sort of stability generating items before I attach it. So we'll get a couple garrisons, like, right in here. And then when I attach it, hopefully the cost to attach it won't be too bad, and the stability will be something I can manage. We'll come back and maybe pillage it later if I need to, pillage the city center, but my intention is to merge that. I'd also like to merge these two cities, but the cost is really high because of the difference in infrastructure. Thieves, you would benefit from a couple of these, actually. So let's queue these up. Right there looks good, actually. Okay. And San Lorenzo, you're working on it. I'm just going to go ahead and buy all that stuff out. Need some extra science. And it will get to work on my faith output. All right. So let's end the turn. So we want to boot them off pillaging here. And they might be... It looks like they might be allied or something with the Mongols. I just saw the move into the Mongols' territory. Which means I'm going to need another defensive army as well. So I barely have any commons quarters, but I do have some garrisons. I could go for war slaves. I don't think I have enough to make it worth it quite yet. Now in Hattusa, let's finish up that maker's quarter. And man, those Jaguar warriors are cheap. 115 production for Jaguar warriors is crazy. Let's get a few of these in case I need to defend. And we'll get like San Lorenzo is a great spot for crossbows. So I'm gonna get a couple crossbows in here and one Jaguar warrior, and then they'll have extra defenses in both of these cities in case I have to defend from any roving bandits. And in the meantime, let's push out. And I do have a little bit of a snack. I've got these little gummy candies that I like, so I apologize if there's some rustling in the background. Now what I want to do with these armies is actually start them in this territory, right? That way I have a combat strength bonus after I end the turn. So they'll have +3 on the next turn, both of these two armies. I could try to go straight in for a siege. Their armies are kind of out of position, so it does make some degree of sense. What are their bonuses? Okay. Okay, so they don't really have any major bonuses. I'm surprised they're doing so well. Usually the AI with the better bonuses tend to do well. Though, so do the AI that pick good cultures, like the Harappans, for instance. Let's go here, where we're not going to eat up any yields. Just keep pushing our faith output. Alright. End the turn there. And let's see where they go. Got 2 turns to make it down there. How would that be for a battlefield? They have a major advantage up there, so what I'd want to do is, like, pull units up here like this. I think that looks okay. Okay, so they'll retreat. Then we will move here and attack. Okay, and they'll retreat there. Okay. Don't think I can go for an attack on that city. I'm just going to keep them in the enemy territory so that they continue to get the combat strength bonus. Keep these 2 together. And these 2, or those guys, are going to chill out. And I should have another army that's being produced down here. Let's put them on the city center. And if I don't sense they're coming down to Hattusa, I'll send them down to San Lorenzo. Okay, Nessa, you are queued already, and Byblos. Let's get some faith output here as well. And I might only go for 1. I do need to continue getting science in this city. Right there is okay. And then let's go back to making some research quarters, because I am very slow on my research right now. I've got 2 more turns for gunpowder warfare. Now, something to keep in mind with conquistadores is that you do need to hard build them. Okay, so they seem like they're retreating. So let's move. That's a bit of an issue. Okay, and they're going to go for an attack. Who do we want to pull in? Probably this guy. Let's pull them into the battlefield. This shouldn't be an issue because I have a choke point right here. It's going to be very difficult for them to actually attack me effectively. Especially since they aren't going to have line of sight. Now they can go up back around that way. So we'll park our pikemen over there. It looks like they're not actually getting onto the battlefield. Could go for a siege maybe. Let me resolve this fight first, though. So we'll go back here. And we'll go up here to shoot these crossbows. And I want these guys to sort of remain on overwatch in this area. See. So these are just Shodelai, yeah. So we're not worried about the Shodelai. I'm going to finish them off with my pikes because I want to use both of these units. No reason to chase after them at all. I can just hold my position. And we'll retreat these pikemen back up to this high ground. Okay. So we'll need to pull these crossbows down here if we want to shoot. Maybe I have to send the pikemen back and put the crossbows there. We'll see. Okay. So I will win that battle. I'm not worried about that. So I think could go for another fight right here. Am I at war with these guys? How am I able to move through their territory? Huh. Interesting. I could go for another fight here, but I don't think that's a fight I want to take. It's too many units. So I'm going to push forward for their city. Yeah, though this army is not getting the +3 from Honor and Glory, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Make sure everyone's in the zone here. Now, you'll notice that this area down here is cut off due to this other battlefield. But because this is like low terrain, and I wouldn't want to deploy anything down there anyway, so that is not going to be a very big impediment for me. Okay, put the crossbows back here where they'll be able to shoot people. And these other crossbows can kind of be out here. I'll use them to kind of snake around the side and hopefully shoot from the flank. Everything else looks okay. Yeah, we can go like right up here. Hit those peasants, and over here, hit those pikemen. Very nice, and we can already get in the city on the first turn, which spells big trouble for the blue player here. And down here, let's make sure we're defending our crossbows properly. And then we'll probably be able to take out these peasants. Just surround this area as much as possible. There we go, and end the round. Okay, so crossbows out here, so we'll deal with them. No cavalry, unfortunately. I'm not playing the Teutons. It would have been nice to get a couple units of cavalry to deal with stuff like that, but I shouldn't need it. Not when I have 41 combat strength pikemen. Okay, let's get those crossbows. Get these peasants. I think logic says to eliminate the unit first, so we'll go ahead and take them out. Okay, so we want to make the attack on the crossbows here, and then move these guys in, and then make the attack on the peasants. So those guys will hold the fort. And what I'm going to do is move these guys here. Move the crossbows to this spot where they'll attack the horsemen. Attack with the pikes, move in with the greatswords. And I'm going to start filtering some of these units down this other way. I'll keep the pikemen up here in case one of these units has to retreat. That looks good. A lot of veterancy on this army. Makes it very dangerous for the AI to deal with. I'm definitely outclassing their combat strength. Okay. Okay. So run the crossbows down here. Get an attack on the peasants. Their flag is undefended, interestingly. The AI normally are very adamant about defending their flag. Okay, so let's... I can one-shot these crossbows with my greatswords from high ground, which is a bit of a power fantasy, I suppose. Alright. Take them out. Get in the city. Yeah, might as well take that attack. I think that's everyone. Ah, they have a ship. Okay. Well, I can't get to the flag on this round, so there will have to be another turn of combat here. Start moving my guys down. But all they have left is that ship. So we'll resolve that on the next turn. Let's move you back into my own territory. There is an army heading down to Hattusa, but I think with the Aztec warriors and the peasants, I'll get in Hattusa. That'll be just fine. Not worried about that. I don't like open-minded, so let's go for science investing. They're definitely going for this city, so I'm going to move these other units over there, and I can build the whatever they're called now, the conquistadores, once I have saltpeter. So obviously we want to do that because conquistadores are very, very strong. Just go ahead and buy those out, honestly. 2 is all you need for the most part. 3 is overkill. You get some nice benefits later once you get some other infrastructure later in the game. Where do I want to build them? Harappa might make some sense, honestly. Byblos would probably be fine too. 2 turns. More efficient to build them in like San Lorenzo though. 621 industry is really cheap for those. Okay, let's give it a turn. Ah, right. Okay, I ended the turn. Just roll in here. So this is a bug, if you didn't know about it. So I should not have been able to enter the walls there, right? Because to cross walls, you need your full movement. But if the walls are in the line of sight and you click somewhere that would normally be fortified, your units will still move there. Most of the time, it doesn't really make a difference. But sometimes it's the difference between like losing a couple units and not losing them. So, in case you weren't aware of that bug, now you know. Okay, move these guys back down, move these guys here. We'll shoot the shuttle eye. Just gonna camp up here. I have no reason to engage them. They're the ones that attacked me, so. They're okay. If they just want to get shot to death, it's fine by me. Alright. Go ahead and end the turn again. Ghanaian's about to lose war support. I think Kerma is their only city. Alright, so let's take Kerma. Give me all that stuff. Gimme, gimme. Puts me 2 over the city cap. So I do need to watch out for that. And I can build Todaiji as well. So I have a lot of wonders I'm sitting on. This is actually not a bad city. Like, look at all these makers' quarters. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. And stability is recovering. River's not great. I'd really prefer this territory be attached to Kerma, and this territory be attached to Harappa. So I might swap these around. And do that, and do that. That makes more sense given the development pattern of the districts here. So, yeah, I think that gives me better outputs overall. Okay. Let's start cleaning up these guys wherever we can find them. And I'm going to start moving these over in this direction. Okay. Oh, Sumnahaya. I thought those were the Carthaginian war elephants, and I was kind of confused. But they're not, because that's these guys up here. Okay. Haras, huh? So Babylon, yeah, they're the Umayyads. Okay, and they're doing pretty okay on tech, honestly. Could absorb Nessa. Shit, how am I? I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of those, and then just, yeah, that tanks my stability, but and my food. But I have some options here. I already built the infrastructure, so we're good there. If need be, we can detach this if it's really a major issue with stability. Particularly once I get patronage, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. We'll see. I'm going to let it keep rolling for now. Obviously, there's a major food deficit, but Nessa by itself was not worth having. Okay, we can combine these guys. And I think down in Thebes, we're going to use that to make our conquistadores. We'll do 5. I think that seems okay. Memphis working on saltpeter, and we desperately need more science. So let's keep building research quarters as well. I could go after the Mongols. I don't really want to because they're kind of a pain. I'm going to save them. I don't think they're really a major threat. Now, I can go up to the next era already. I don't need to, There would be an advantage to doing something like the Zulu here, right? Because the MP, I mean, it's been buffed, but also you get the MP at, what is it, centralized power or whatever? Yeah, the one that unlocks halberdiers. So I could get like a major boost early by taking them. But there are a lot of options that would be good for me. I don't think I want to go up quite yet. The British could be an attractive option as well with the redcoats and colonial riches, since, you know, I do have a lot of territories here, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 territories. So it's like 500 output from the legacy trait, a little less. But, I mean, I think I could make just about any one work. But we'll save that discussion until I'm actually ready to go up an era. I'm working on Machu Picchu here. Let's reroute some production to getting that online. Now you need other stuff. Okay. So we could clean up these guys. Who are they even? Right, they're the Mayans still. Maybe we clean up Brown as well. Because I would like to get a sort of a multi-pronged attack on Babylon here. I'm pretty close to winning the game at this point, honestly, particularly once I get these conquistadors out. The other players are not going to have much of a chance, I don't think. I'm going to outclass them pretty heavily in terms of my army size. Yeah, I think let's start lining people up to go into Babylon. And I should start consolidating some of these armies as well. Get these great swords in there. Get those guys in this army. That'll save me a bit on my upkeep too. Okay. So Thieves, working on my conquistadors. How many turns is it? If 5 turns? Yeah. So 5 turns if I don't have that. Let's just get it as quickly as possible. And let me check. Okay. Looking for a particular civic. I don't remember the name of it, but I don't think I have it yet. That gives more stability on, or it reduces the cost to produce garrisons, I should say. I have the one that increases stability on garrisons. It's not one I usually take, but I'm going to get some use out of this game. Move this army over here, and we can go ahead and upgrade these crossbowmen into arquebusiers. Not nearly as effective as conquistadors, but... And you can just idle. Okay, so we've got some Jaguar warriors, arquebusiers, and conquistadors that are all going to be fighting together. Love that little healthy dose of irony. And send these guys over this way. It's actually going to be hard to attack Babylon from this direction. A firing line right here of conquistadors would be really good, though, because they can just shoot over the water. So I think I want to sort of hold out and wait for my army of conquistadors before I attack Babylon. Okay, that doesn't reduce time on Machu Picchu at all. So what I'll do is go for the food on river. Probably need some stability. And yeah, let's do that for now. We'll probably end up building some more research quarters to keep catching up on tech, but I can't do that while the stability recovers. Okay, 2 turns on Machu Picchu. You can idle for now. They're all gonna come down this way. And I'm gonna go for the upgrade on these crossbows. No reason not to, since crossbows are already direct fire. Give it another few turns on those conquistadors. I'm gonna wait till I have 4 of them. I think seems like an okay number while I continue to build up my infrastructure. Go on expert policy here. I'm gonna prioritize science and then industry. Okay. And I'm going to buy this last one out because they're already adjacent. So normally you don't buy out units because that unit can't move on the turn that you buy it out. But in this situation, because it's already adjacent to this thing and it can attack it right away, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, declare war. Okay, they're attacking me. I'm going to put my, let's see, so my conquistadors can move and fire. So I want to put the arquebusiers in a location where I know they'll be able to get shots for pretty much the entire battle. Whereas the conquistadors are units that I can kind of put in other locations. So I'm just going to use my my Jaguar warriors kind of as blockers on this first round of combat. And then I'll rain fire down upon them with my gunpowder units. A lot of units. Okay. Have they been building units like this entire time? This is their only city. Can I not move you? Okay. Odd. Well, let's go ahead and take some of these units out. I'll kill the noble javelineers. Shoot the swordsmen. These guys. Can they not see them? I don't know why I can't shoot them. Huh. That's odd. Okay, anyway. Shoot those noble javelineers. I should be able to move through this zone of control, but I can't. Let's try moving you here and shooting that, and we can move him back. Oh, is it because of that river? Usually rivers don't count as impeding movement if they're in your city, but I guess it does here. Go ahead and attack those Jaguar warriors, and end the turn. Yeah, this fort is absolutely killer. These Jaguar warriors have done a ton of damage in there. Oh, look at that. It's crazy. Might lose them. So this is the disadvantage of having... Like, if your units are too strong, it means that the AI will sacrifice their units in a single round, which means they'll cycle all their units through a single tile and eventually kill you. And it gets a little annoying, honestly. Because you lose units you really don't deserve to lose. The AI are actually more effective when you can one-shot their units, which is a little bit weird, but it's just how the game mechanics end up presenting themselves. This will be an easy cleanup. Yeah, they're just gonna sack themselves on my units. Alright, well. Conquistadors, where are you? We're gonna send them up here because they can shoot. whereas the arquebuses cannot when they move. Let's move you into the city. Weird that I can't shoot that one. Do coral reefs, or like it just says that's open water. Like line of sight, I don't know if it's bugged or if there's just, you know, weird funky stuff going on that I don't totally understand, but attacks you should be able to make, you're not always able to make. So, all right, we'll finish that next turn, I suppose. And you all are just going to go over here. Okay. Kerma. Still recovering on stability. Let's get an aqueduct, and we can start on an alchemist workshop as well. We're going to need all the science infrastructure in here. There's centralized power, can claim a wonder, and I'm actually going to do that. So I got Machu Picchu. I'm going to get Taj Mahal as well. That plus 50% money modifier is amazing. One of the best modifiers in the game. Okay, so there's that city. And that's going to set me up to take on Babylon here. And yeah, I might as well upgrade a few of these pikes. How many can I afford? One more? Yeah. Okay. And green will capitulate next turn. And then we will go for Babylon. Alright, give me your stuff. Bam. May not need to even pick a culture for the industrial. We will see. How's B-Blows doing? Okay, starting to get a little bit of stuff, of stability. I'm just going to make this my garrison quarter, I suppose. Build a couple more. And down in this city, kind of a weird one. We'll just build whatever. Doesn't matter too much at the moment. More interested in going after Babylon. Make sure everyone's healing up. I do have an army up here. Byblos might be kind of vulnerable, but I think with peasants I should be okay. Is that a fort? Yeah. So I have a garrison there as well, which gives me some combat strength bonuses if I'm in there. Alright, so let's go for... and to refuse their demands. I'll give it one more turn. Next turn I'll declare war. Ah. Issue gluttony. More land movement speed. Reduced industry unit cost. No reason to take anything else. Let's grab it. Alright, Babylon, I'm calling for you. So we are just going to set up a massive firing line of gunpowder units on the side of the water. And just absolutely roll over their defenses, hopefully. So, let's see. We'll have the arquebusiers kind of right in here, because they can just sit there the entire battle. And then the conquistadors will be over here, because they can kind of run up around the flank, and we'll focus all our melee kind of on this side. But maybe I should have like one of these guys up in this area, just in case I need fire support. Let's do that. Definitely have more units than I need. Do you have some arquebuses here? I'll put one in there. I think that works okay. That's fine. I don't need to overthink this. Yeah, let's get this Jaguar Warrior in. And focus that guy, I suppose, since everyone can shoot him. Oh man, just one-shotting these poor souls. Get over there and shoot. Shoot the pikemen. Shoot the peasants. And this is an arquebus. Suppose I can slot in right there. How many units do they actually have? They have quite a few, okay. So I think I do need to defend this spot right in here. And it's an arquebus here as well. We'll move over here. The conquistadors can kind of swivel around on the next turn. We're mostly going to deplete them with ranged attacks. I'm not going to make any melee attacks if I don't need to. Okay. So time to make use of all this extra movement speed I have. And start bringing the conquistadors up onto this hilltop. It's an arquebus. There we go. Can't quite make it. What are you? You're an arquebus. So I'm going to move him there. Shoot there with the arquebus. And then shoot, shoot, and shoot. And this is an arquebus as well. Move on this way. Cycle you through where you can get some shots. Go right here. I don't think I can climb that cliff because these aren't the same city. So normally you can move between districts in a city over a cliff, but because they're different cities, I can't make that movement. Whereas right here I can. Any more ranged units? No. Just move these guys up. I have more units than I need here for sure. "46 strength great swords are not bad at all. Let's see. So just move these guys out of the way, honestly. Pikeman dead. Pikeman dead. And we'll make that attack with the Jaguar Warriors. I think that's everyone. Alright, easy peasy. They do have another city. Interesting. The city is underdeveloped compared to what I thought it was going to be, given how much stuff they were producing. There's fundamental values. I'm going to reduce the garrison industry cost, because that is largely what I'm using to produce stability at the moment. Alright, so I am going to need to keep pushing into the Babylonian territory here. Let's see. Yeah, definitely going to send the conquistadors. We'll keep this unit behind, I think, in the city, whereas everyone else can go ahead and push forward. Okay, Kerma. Do I really need more faith output? I don't think I do. Okay, so let's grab... I need food? No. A little bit of extra industry never hurt, and then we can get our science going. Okay. And Hattusa, still working on the Gothic Cathedral, and then we can go back to making some market quarters. Actually, that might be a better spot for makers. Yeah, still need industry, even in your sort of more specialized cities. Okay. 10, learning, sure. Late game events don't really matter that much. It's mostly just for moving you around on the various axes that exist. Just gonna buy that and then attach. And building the Gothic cathedrals here is going to increase my food income, right? You can see the Angkor Wat's providing 151 food at the moment. Alright. Tier 4. Got that very quickly once I got Tier 3. Plus 2 combat strength on units. Let's go, boys. Time to rock their world. I'll go ahead and upgrade this guy. And I could go for an attack here. I'm going to attack here first so they don't like retreat into the combat zone. I want to make sure I'm getting this battle. Weird deployment. Okay. Make sure I have the high ground here. Get right in there. These guys are going to be annoying, but they shouldn't be able to kill my units, hopefully. 55 combat strength. We line infantry now. Then we'll attack here as well. Clean these guys up, if possible. Now, the nice thing about all this extra movement is that I can chase after retreating armies very easily. Okay. So we want to kill the guys that are kind of like camping out next to our units so that we can actually bring them in properly. Ah, I thought this was a different unit down here. Which one are these? These guys. Okay. So let's bring in the halberdiers. Didn't quite kill the crossbows. So I'm going to bring this guy up. Kill the crossbows here. Bring in the halberdiers. Then go right here and shoot those guys. Bring in more halberdiers. Kill the horsemen. And then, just for funsies, let's bring in the Jaguar warriors. Be a swordsman. And then they have cogs. Okay. So let's just get these guys sort of along the water here, where they can shoot these guys on the next turn. Move him down. Okay. Alright, I just one-shot him. Don't know where the other cog is. There he is. Okay, kill him. And down here, manual battle. We have one arquebus. We will plant up on high ground. Anyone I can one-shot? Doesn't look like it. Close enough. Move them over there. They're on low ground right there, so move them back to where we'll be on even terrain. And these guys don't have the +3 from my legacy trait as the Spanish. No big deal. Okay, take out the pikes. Take out those pikes. Let's retreat with these guys. Yeah, I know I'm winning quite substantially here, but I still don't want to risk losing units that I don't need to lose. Okay, and there we go. And that should be the end of the Babylonians, which leaves very little remaining. May make this a slightly longer episode while I wrap this up. Now, something I can consider is going up just for like the Germans, because this this extra combat strength is still bugged, I believe, and applies on all my units. I don't really need to go up, though. They're going to found another city as soon as I finish this peace deal. So they're not quite out of the game yet. I don't think it matters which territory I take here. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna continue to live for a little bit. Okay, and they decided that's the city they want to found, which Makes some sense, actually, because that's going to be a massive pain to attack because it's an island. But in the meantime, we will just worry about knocking out these other players. I might era up as the French, just so I can turn on my science mode and start blitzing through the tree to get some of the techs I'll need to knock them out. I also probably want to pillage this city. I'm losing a lot of influence per turn because I'm 4 cities over my city cap at the moment. So what cities can I get rid of? That one's a prime target, I think. Sapar. Yeah, I might downgrade that into an outpost. So let's send... Where's my... I sent them way over here. Okay, we'll just send... No, those are my conquistadors. We'll just send this army back to deal with Sapar. And Babylon. Manufactories. Okay. So Byblos, you definitely need some manufactories if I have any available. I do. Get the incense manufactory, and in Babylon, silver for the extra science outputs, and then salt will be fine too. Down in Thebes, okay, papyrus is extra science empire-wide. Gold and tea. I think I'd prefer my gold in this area. But maybe not, because I'm not building any market quarters over there. So let's put the gold here. And down here we can put, actually, I have market quarters here as well, so we can put the tea in this city too. Leaves obsidian here, which is fine. And Mycenae. Yeah, silk sounds good. Drop it right down there. Let's see, San Lorenzo. I already have the Hanging Gardens in here, so I technically already have a manufactory. Any other manufactories I can get? Doesn't look like it. Hattusa? No. Okay, that's fine. All right, down here. I don't really need more faith. Won the faith game at this point, so no need to build any more cathedrals. What I do need... See, I am getting rid of this city. So what I should do is put production into something I'm not going to lose. We'll grab a holy site in Mycenae for that extra faith output for Angkor Wat. Okay, go ahead and place that down there. You can come pillage over here. You are going to continue up this way. We'll continue that way. We'll send you back to pillage Sapar. Sorry, Sapar. You're just... I just can't afford being this many cities over my cap. Not worth it at the moment. I would prefer to keep them, to be honest. I could grab supply lines after movable typeface. But I'm still 4 over. And it's not like Babylon's amazing here. Is Sapar better than Babylon? I think it might be. At Babylon, I mean, let's see. Let's attach this. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm indecisive at the moment. I find it harder to manage things when I'm winning because I'm, like, winning too much, you know? No, we're not trading anything with you, sorry. I'm not sure how they're still alive, honestly. Maybe they made it to the New World. Okay, Babylon. So Babylon, let's get you some infrastructure. You head up to Sapar. Got some grievances. And okay. Oh, we're going to refuse their demands. All right. So we can just hang out in their territory because the Spanish are expansionists. Which, you know, feels a little silly sometimes, but is what it is. Okay. And let's pillage down here. I'd really like to attach or absorb these cities, but I don't have the influence for it. Maybe let's grab some of this infrastructure that is different here and reduce the influence cost, but it's still going to be a while before I'm able to absorb either of these. Might be worth it to pillage Memphis, to be honest. I say that after I just bought out an infrastructure there. But let's just go for Sapar. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Give you guys a turn. Send you up this way. And Sapar, yeah, just work on whatever. Don't have enough influence. Which is fine. But we'll, as soon as I have enough influence, we'll drop an outpost there. Same with down here. Should come pretty quickly. Also picking up another city cap. This is why I picked the Achaemenids early. The Mayans have a thing down here. Okay. Artistic expression, not worth it anymore. Used to be a very good thing to have, and now honestly it's like I pretty much never use it anymore. It used to provide a much better effect. Okay, idle. I'm actually going to let my war support build up a bit so that I am able to actually claim those territories once I finish my war there. Yeah, we'll go for that science investing. More science is always good. And Thebes. Thebes. Let's keep generating a little bit of money. Over that way looks fine. And turn. Okay, one turn until I get another city cap. Go ahead and drop that there. And next turn we'll attach on Thebes. San Lorenzo. Statue? Got a lot of wonders I can work on. Yeah, we'll let that work on statue. We can work on statue here too. Okay, and apparently I finished somehow. And then what I'll actually do is build Taj Mahal. Start working on that. Put you into Taj Mahal. Why is there a... That's very strange. And I got a musketeer out of that? That is odd. I don't really need any of these. I'll take that one. I don't want to move along those axes, and I don't want to support another army. I have more than enough armies already. Let's attach here. So plenty of stability, thanks to manufactories, so all good there. And we do need to start thinking about ships. Let's get Flintlock for Man of War, and we're going to need caravels as well. Oh, wow, I need to research all those texts still. Okay. Might be worth thinking about the French here, like I mentioned before, just to get some of these technologies online earlier. Pick up Taj Mahal. And then the science stuff. So letting this war support tick up. I don't want them settling another city. No, I don't think so. And these guys are just going to camp outside of the city right here. Al-Basra. Okay. Camp. Memphis. Memphis, what are you doing? More science stuff, I suppose? Do you want another maker's quarter in here, I think? I'm going to buy that one. My industry is falling a little bit behind there, so. More food, I don't really need it. Angkor Wat doing its job here. And, you know, my whole culture is benefiting from Machu Picchu at the moment. I'm going to need more slots in this city. It's weird that it prioritizes that sixth faith over more science. Okay, that looks good. And up here, let's move you guys up in this direction. These guys know what's coming. They're not going to do much with scout cavalry. Aha. And I know the location of the New World. They shouldn't be able to get over there yet. So I'm hoping they haven't founded anything. Because I'd like to wrap this game up in a slightly longer episode here. Start getting naval units so I can mop them up. No real need to upgrade to musketeers at the moment. I have enough of a combat strength benefit as it is. And Harappa, what do you need? Got mostly science in here. Got plenty of food in these cities too, thanks to the investment I made a little earlier in the game. These cities are growing really nicely, honestly. I can even claim another wonder if I want. Just got an achievement for being the religious leader of every empire in the game. I'm surprised I didn't have that one already. I don't really need to attach that to anything. Okay, Kerma. Kerma. Let's, yeah, you can get some science stuff. San Lorenzo. I think, kind of got a mishmash of stuff in here. Which isn't that big of a deal. Let's get a little bit more industry, and then we can get a couple markets quarters, I think. Markets quarters? Market quarters. Hattusa. Don't have stoneworks in here yet. And could get the money per trader. I don't think that's worth it yet. I don't have a lot of population in here, so. Okay, then enter. Scientist Aerostar. Really no need to go up yet, so I'm not going to. But getting close. And how am I on war support here? Okay, can just go for regular war now, so I'm going to do that. And let's just roll right in here. Alright, so conquistadors. Really not worried about who is deployed where other than the conquistadors. Because I can just kill everything, basically. Ah, they cannot shoot from there, apparently. And so I guess I'd have to go down here. I'm just gonna end the rounds. I don't think they should be able to kill any of these. Well, let it be known, if you have enough scout cavalry From the ancient era, you can kill the early modern emblematic units, such as the conquistadors. I don't think they're quite going to get it. I think they're going to be like 1 or 2 units short. Yeah. There we go. Let's move him away. And let's blast them. Move you in. Can't shoot him there. I guess we'll go down here. And they should just kill themselves on the next turn. There we go. Alright, easy. War over. And they're building the Forbidden City. How nice. Okay, give me your stuff. Okay, I can take all of it. Thankfully, I got the city cap. There's an aesthete star as well. Okay. Not really worried about fame this game, obviously. So... we'll keep a couple armies over here to deal with Al-Basra. And actually, I think it's probably where I should keep most of my armies. This is largely going to be determined by my ability to kill things at sea. I don't need to upgrade those units quite yet. And once we're in the next era, we are... let's grab furnace steel. We do need that tech. And we can pick up chartered companies as well. There are a couple infrastructure that are good for, that's good for money. I'm going to refuse that. Sure, you can work on that. Also build a lead manufactory. I'm just going to buy that out because that gives me more science. Okay. And that turn. Furnace steel, Byzantines are gone. Couple of men of war coming up. I'm gonna need another army down here as well. So let's just get a couple cheap units. I don't really need anything special. And you all are going to hang out over here. And Babylon just has like this weird hodgepodge of everything at the moment because of AI development patterns, but we're going to keep focusing on science here. Okay. And let's also queue up these high furnaces in the cities where they are relevant. I'll actually, I'll buy it out in Mycenae here. And the turn, and I have way more money than I thought I did, to be honest. Okay. Mobilize is fine. Idle army, you can wait a turn. You can just hold on. Down a full, sure. Okay. Charter companies, there's a merchant era star. 2 more techs for the science star. So let's just grab some of these cheap ones. Mounted warfare, we'll pick up chivalry. And then next turn we can go up. Probably as the British, to be honest. There we go, there's my science star. And a lot of good options. I mean, British gives me a nice boost to my science, like right out the gate from colonial riches. And redcoats are very good. And I've been a big fan of like Uber units this game. The Germans are also intriguing because of the unit industry cost reduction, but at this point in the game, I don't need it, right? Like, I'm just waiting to, I'm waiting for everyone else to roll over and die. So, the Russians, who really cares? Zulu aren't important at this point. I could ascend as the Spanish even. It doesn't really matter too much. Let's just go for the British. Have some fun with the redcoats to wrap this up. Alright. Just put a turn in naval artillery. And the turn, so there we go. Turn 151 industrial era. Not too bad, honestly. I forgot about this guy right down here. Now, we are the British. So, we will get access to the redcoats. And we've just knocked out a player at the end of the last episode. So, we are going to be looking to do the same to some other players here. Now, let's get these ships down here. these guys have kind of just been founding new cities repeatedly, which has been kind of annoying. I'm going to claim the Statue of Liberty. I have a lot of territories under my influence, so that'll provide me a nice bit of output if I manage to build it. And from colonial riches, I'm getting 320 money and science as well, which is not too bad. Now, I'm going to go ahead and buy out a couple of these. I'm going to trash these research quarters and build a maker's quarter. Because I was looking at some of the production costs, and I think if I get that maker's quarter up, yeah, then I can one-turn these conquistadors, which I'm going to use for this city down here once I declare war on the Mongols. Now I had... There they are. So next turn we'll declare war to take Tikal. And as far as tech, I'm going to go straight into line formation. Let's see. Venta, how are their armies looking? Horsemen, yeah. Not concerned about those. Once we have line formation, we'll start upgrading some of these units into other units. Yeah, spawn point's fine, I suppose. And here we go. Surprise war down here. Just roll right up. And assault. These guys are not going to stand a chance against Men of War. Just too much damage. There we go, there's Tikal. So these guys will capitulate on the next turn, hopefully. Assuming they don't have any other cities. I would be shocked if they did. There's no way they should be in the New World by now. The ocean should be too big for that. Just have them work on the Statue of Liberty here. This time, at this point in the game, is kind of about reducing the number of clicks you have to make in order to win the game. Okay, they had a territory out in the middle of the ocean there. I'm going to send... Actually, I need them to pillage Tikal. That's counting against my city cap right now. I'm 3 over, which is a major drain on some of my resources, and I do not want that, obviously. Up here, we can queue up some saltpeter and pillage Tikal. Kerma, you can help on statue. Tikal, you can help on statue, I guess. Okay, drop an outpost there. Okay, wait, how did I finish Forbidden City in one turn? I guess I have more production in some of my cities than I thought. So now these Men of War are going to come up in this direction. We need to knock the Babylonians out. And in the meantime, I think this is overkill here, and this is overkill over here. So I'm going to bring these units to be this sort of southern border here, and these units are going to come over towards La Venta to assist in attacking there. I have 4 turns until line formation. Let's get some science infrastructure in here as well. I'm going to purchase those. Okay, San Lorenzo. San Lorenzo kind of has a hodgepodge of different things in here. I'm going to go ahead and purchase the high furnace. And we do have an okay amount of science output. So let's grab some more science, including those infrastructure. Okay. No need to buy the last unit, because if you buy a unit, it can't move. So good on the defense, not so useful if you're trying to attack something. Send them over this way. You can idle. I'm going to wait till I get the redcoats because they are a very efficient unit. Should be able to upgrade most of my army into them once they become available. Now, I am expansionist, so I have the ability to move into other players' territory. Okay. Come support down here. Conquistadors down here. These units can come over this way, I suppose. Okay, you idle. I have 8 movement on my units, which is actually pretty insane. I have the legacy trait for the Aztecs, and I have the religious tenet that gives +1 unit or +1 movement, and I think these guys have a base of 8 movement, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, of 8 movement, of 5 movement. So I have some pretty speedy armies when I want them. I'm just going to explore a little bit. Let's refuse those demands so my war support ticks up a little faster. Right, these guys are meant to stay down here. And we'll attack from the north. Not really doing anything. I'll just send them down this way just in case there's an army or something I don't expect. Okay. Idle, idle. Okay, let's start upgrading units. There's line formation. Upgrade the melee units first because I get more benefit out of that. Then we'll upgrade the arquebusiers. And kind of the same thing down here. I think I can upgrade all of them actually. Alright, very nice. Upgrade a few of those. Upgrade a couple of these. So the cost of line infantry has been reduced. It's been halved, basically. Which also means the cost to upgrade them has been halved. Whereas artillery has increased in cost quite substantially, which also means it's way harder to upgrade into artillery. So, okay, I have a max war support. I'm going to refuse the demands and then declare war. And yeah, they're pretty much dead. Like, I don't think there's anything they can do here. Okay, just roll right in. Attack. Bam. Okay, weird deployment zone, but it's fine. And move in there. Could try to go like all the way around. Be kind of weird. Yeah, I don't think I can actually attack anyone from there. Surprised these peasants are surviving, to be honest. Suppose I'm not actually getting the benefit of my legacy trait at the moment. Because I started in my own territory. Same up here, but these are all red coats, so this should go a little more smoothly. Ah, I can't actually attack their city from there. Okay, so let's get down here. And you'll have to excuse me for just a moment, because there are some weird sounds coming from my living room. Alright, back to the battle. So, deployment's a little funky, but it's not too bad overall. Ah, and they actually attacked me. Okay. I mean, the AI likes to do that. Shouldn't come as a surprise at this point. And I think I can just... Oh, I'm not at war with them yet. Right. Okay, one down here. So that's one city down. And up here. Oh, they're going to kill this unit, apparently. You can tell because the flag has turned. Just by suiciding a million units into it, which, you know, gets old. I complain about this constantly. Very annoying, but it really doesn't matter at this point in the game. There we go. Okay, there's La Venta. Okay, so just one turn them. Easy. I could advance to the next era. I could take the Soviets for more combat strength if I want. And that reduced industry cost. I don't think I really need to. Not going to worry about it. Memphis. Sure, work on a wonder. Why not? And let's pick up steam engine, scientific method, electricity. Okay. And end the turn there. Right here, get our war resolution. What? Wait, what happened? What? Why did they surrender to black? Excuse me? But how? Why would they surrender to black? That makes no sense. Okay, well, black, you're gonna die now. I'm just going to declare war right away. That was perhaps the silliest interaction I think I've ever seen in this game. There's no universe in which they should have surrendered to black on that occasion. It makes no sense at all. They got an army hanging out right here. Go right in for an attack. Got a couple of redcoats. We'll just put them in the front. Can't even get into their city. Now, the only thing with, like, normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's just, like, drawing out the game at this point, you know? Okay. And gotta siege this stupid city again. Okay, and then back up here, got to siege La Venta again. Don't have any reinforcements this time, though, so it should be easy pickings for the redcoats. I get somewhere. No, I can't shoot him, that's fine. He'll run at me and die, okay. And up here. Victory here, victory there, victory everywhere. Cool. I should occupy these ones for free, just because they were their demands. And there we go, war resolution. Can I claim everything? That's the question. Looks like I can. There we go. There's an entire continent. I am now the liege of all empires except one, apparently. Do they have another city somewhere? Like, they should just be dead. Go ahead and make a quick fight here. And oh wow, I'm not one-shotting him? Bizarre. I'm just used to rolling over them at this point, I suppose. Anyway, let's take him out. Boom boom. Pew pew. Just instant resolve. Oh, or they'll run away. Okay. Doesn't really matter what everyone does at this point. Everyone can idle. 8 cities. Yeah, just work on stuff, please. Losing a ton of influence per turn, so hopefully this resolves sooner rather than later. Okay, the Mongols have fallen. And I'm hoping they don't have a new world territory or something like that, because I really don't want this to drag out. Smash those pikemen. Boom, boom. There we go. Easy peasy. That is the end of the game. So everyone can idle. Sure, +1 city cap. Sounds good. So 14 out of 19 cities. Looking good. Good old British Empire. This 45 pop was really something. I don't get to use Angkor Wat very often, but when you can get it with some nice faith generation, it is quite a good wonder. Like, normally pop is very difficult to maintain because of the food cost scaling, but your faith scaling works really well when you've gotten some of these emblematic districts. So there we go. Let's end the turn. Okay, apparently I have to wait one more turn for some reason. Which means I have to go through and click stuff on all these cities, which is kind of annoying. But I am interested in the endgame stats here. There we go. Nice looking empire, honestly. So let's take a look. Not as interested in that. Not really going for a fame win this game like I normally would. So you can see just after turn 60 or so is really where they start falling off in terms of their fame generation compared to me. You can tell where I got Angkor Wat. Industry, yeah, way outscaling them. Wish I could see back here, like, in the early game more clearly. Like, I want to be able to zoom in, because this sort of area right here, the 30 to 60 turns, is often where you win the game. And that's where the outputs matter the most, and where I'm most curious about how well the AI is doing. Looks like AI actually used collective minds for a few turns there on that science. It looks like the Babylonians. Influence, quite a roller coaster there. Population, yeah. Pretty nice chart for me. Yeah, the black player really kept up on research for most of the game, right up until, you know, around the early modern or so, when I really started to rocket ahead of them. I didn't have great research this game, but I also didn't need it. Where's the black? There they are. Yeah, I wish I could see a little bit more detail, but hey. Anyway, fun game. Nice to do something a little bit different and just go all in on the conquest. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll be working on the next series soon. See you then.